Hey, it's me, Mr. Jason. Now, before we get into our video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button as well as that notification bell so that you know whenever we upload. Also, don't forget to comment down below a book that you would like for us to read together. I love requests, and when I get requests, that lets me know that you're out there listening and watching, and we love that here at Read Alouds with Mr. Jason. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And don't forget, keep reading. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are in the world. My name is Mr. Jason, and today I have a read aloud for you. Welcome back to another episode of Read Alouds with Mr. Jason. Well, folks, we finally made it to the end of our Rookie Read About Science series. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. It took a little longer than expected, but we got through it together. If you haven't already, be sure to check out all of our previous titles. I'm sure you're going to love them just like you're going to love today's story. Today's story is entitled, You Can Use a Magnifying Glass. Do you know what a magnifying glass is? Have you ever used one? What do you use it for? What have you used it for? Well, if you've never used a magnifying glass or don't even really know what one looks like, stick around for this story. It's going to give you a lot of good information. Just like all of our other Rookie Read About stories, we have words you know. And today's words are dime, fingerprint, jeweler, lens, magnifying glass, and scientist. We also have a few questions for you to be thinking about and looking for, as well as listening for, as we read along today. First question is, what's in the middle of a magnifying glass? And what is it used for? When using a magnifying glass, does it make things smaller? Or does it make things bigger for you to see? And our last question, are our fingerprints all alike or are they all different? Well, like I said, stick around and you're going to find out the answers to all of these questions. As we read our story, keep those eyes open for the sight words that you see here on our list. Also, for the parents and the teachers that are watching, here are a few key developmental indicators this particular story teaches. You can use a magnifying glass. Words by Wiley Blevins in Read Alouds with Mr. Jason. You can use a magnifying glass. Words by Wiley Blevins. What can you see through a magnifying glass? Look around with just your eyes. You can see many things. Some things are too small to see with your eye alone. A magnifying glass magnifies or makes things bigger. A magnifying glass can help you see small things. Look at the back of your hand. It looks smooth. Now look at it through a magnifying glass. It looks like it has lots of lines on it. Look at a dime. It is hard to see all the details. Zoom. Now look how big it becomes. What can you see? This is your tongue. Look at all those bumps. This is a butterfly wing. Look at all the pretty colors. A magnifying glass is also called a hand lens. The lens is the glass in the middle. As light hits the lens, the light rays bend. This makes things look bigger. Scientists use magnifying glasses to study things around them. You can learn a lot from looking at details. You can learn a lot from looking through magnifying glasses too. Look at this fly. Look at how its eye is made up of lots of small pieces. Magnifying glasses can help people do their jobs. Jewelers use them to look at small stones. The police used them to find fingerprints. No two fingerprints are alike. Look at the pattern of lines on a fingerprint. The police can match it to the person who did the crime. Here is how you look at your fingerprint. Place one finger on an ink pad, roll it back and forth. Make sure you get ink all over it. Slowly roll your finger onto a piece of white paper. Have a friend also make a fingerprint. Now look at your fingerprint through a magnifying glass. Look at your friend's fingerprint. How are they different? What can you see with the magnifying glass? Look again. All right, we've made it to the end. I hope you learned a lot about magnifying glasses because guess what? Those questions are coming up next. Our first question is, what is in the middle of a magnifying glass? And what is it used for? That's right, it's the lens. The lens is in the middle of a magnifying glass. The light shines through the lens, which bends the light, well, I can't quite tell you what happens when the light bends through a magnifying glass. Otherwise, I'll give away the next question. So let's get into it. Does a magnifying glass make things smaller or bigger for you to see them? That's right, it makes them bigger. The light bends when going through the magnifying glass to make the object bigger to see. Very good. And our last one. Are all fingerprints alike or different? That's right, you were listening. All of our fingerprints are different. Your mom's different from your dad's different from yours, and yours are different from your little brother or sister. No one has the same fingerprints. It's our own special identification code, if you will. Isn't that awesome? Well, thank you for reading with me and learning with me today. I had a blast doing both with you, as I always do. While you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and continue to share. The more you share, the better for all of us. Thank you for reading all these stories with me. I hope you learned something because I know I did. Be sure to check out all of our previous titles. And if you run across any Rookie Read About Science stories, let me know. I'll be more than happy to add to our collection. Well, with that being said, I had a great time reading with you, and I can't wait to read again with you soon. And don't forget, keep reading.